You're welcome.
For my memories.
Well, that was
There he is.
Hey guys, hey, welcome to Dark Society Paranormal Podcast. I am Shane McLean. Pleasure to be here. How are you, Miss Gwen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Look, guys, we're gonna have a little different of a show tonight. We were supposed to have Brittney Bickett on tonight, and we were really looking forward to it. But she, y'all keep her in your prayers because her child is sick. And so we have to reschedule her. But tonight we have another very interesting person that I'm very friends with, and I have a lot of respect for her. And we'll just bring her on.
There she. Hey, Pam.
y'all.
Hey Pam. Hey. Tell everybody who
Thanks
you
for
are,
having
Miss
me.
Pam.
My name's Pam Harris, and I am a founder of Serene Divine. And actually, Serene Divine is just a page where people can share their podcasts, share their, their lives, anything that they need to share with the paranormal community. And that's what the page was created for.
Mm.
So,
That's awesome. Now, do you said that you just open it for podcasts and stuff like that, but I know that you do readings and stuff like that also. Yeah. Like with that, did you create that page to initially start out doing readings, or did you delegate that page just for doing that with podcasts?
No, I just delegated that page for people to be able to share what they have, because I like the camaraderie where people come together and share things. And so that's why I really created it.
That's phenomenal. I love that about people, especially like good people in this field. Like when I created Outer Realms, I wanted that for the same reason, because I believe in, para unity, para family, para community, 100%, and all I've wanted to do was be the change that we want to see. And with everything that's going on, we need more platforms like that where people can come in and just be themselves, whether they have 0 experience or 100 years experience. They need to feel comfortable coming into where they are. And right. That's what I wanted to do. So I commend you for doing that. That's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's important for people to be able to share their ideas, share their experiences, because people learn from each other. So everybody does things differently. I love that, because you can learn so much. I love investigating. I don't have a team, but I love to go and investigate with other people. So
Yeah, yeah. Now that's what I was going to ask you also about too. With your paranormal, so do you work with a team?
no, I'm usually just a guest for. I usually just go when they are able to take, followers or whatever.
Mm, mm.
Um, and I don't know. Do you know who Grizzly Chris is?
I have heard that. Where have I heard that?
He's got a podcast.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
He's into the Bigfoot thing and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, recently, we have connected, and so this coming year, I'll probably do a lot of investigation with him, and so because he's going to be in the area, so I've got a list of places that we can go to. So,
Have you done some of that the Bigfoot hunting and stuff like that? I've always wanted to really pick somebody's mind about that because I have a lot of questions for that.
yeah,
Hey, you guys,
really,
you mind if I shout out real quick to all these folks that are popping up?
Yeah,
Sure,
please
go
go ahead.
Lynn Monet, she wants to talk to you after the show, by the way, Pam.
Okay.
Of course, you did a thing with all your folks. I'm fixing to pop that up. We got Paranormal Rockdown.
Hey guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
we got
glad to have you here.
Stan Fikes.
Hey Stan, how are you, buddy?
Of course, we got Lynn, who that's your message
Lynn.
right there.
Hi, Lynn.
All right, we got Sean.
Sean, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Sean, what's up?
There you go. We got Lynn again. I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for joining, and let's
Thank
get
you.
them back to it. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. No, what I was saying is, I mean, have you done any kind of like Bigfoot hunting or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I've never really been into the Bigfoot thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I mean, a lot of people do a variety of things on their podcast, and that's what Grizzly does. And
Yeah.
but he is really into the paranormal too.
That's awesome.
So I don't know. I mean, I've never been into the Bigfoot thing really. To me, I think, if they've been around that damn long, somebody would have found something
Yeah,
by now.
no, that's funny how you say that. That's funny how you say that because I had a friend a couple weeks ago. He lives in Tennessee, and he sent me a picture. Now, this guy, he has nothing to do with paranormal. He has nothing to do with Bigfoot, nothing like that. He was hiking in the Appalachians, back over there. And he showed me this picture. He came up on this clearing, and there were these trees, these big trees out in the middle of nowhere. And they were broke, slap off, and they were all pointed like this, like into like a triangle, they were all together all the way around. And so he comes up and he goes, look at this. This is even weird. So he put his camera down and he went, and there was this footprint that he put, and it was a barefooted footprint. And Chris, the guy that was doing it, he wears a size like 11 and a half or 12. And
Wow.
you could have put 2.5 of his feet like in this one footprint. Now, look, I mean, there's bears and everything, I get it. There's those other animals I can look, but the toes were rounded. There were no claw prints or nothing so
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that could have been, but I know there's some diehard people out there that do believe that they exist, and I mean,
I'm not shooting any of it down. It's just I've never done it.
Right,
I've never been into it, but there's a lot of people that are really into it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have them on my show too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them on because like I've got so many questions because you got to think about the environmental aspect of it. Like what about the Alaskan tundra? What about China? South America, all of them have some kind of cryptid story of some kind of a Bigfoot somewhere. And
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to just hear what somebody thinks about like where they evolved from in all these different territories.
Yeah,
But
I've seen some podcasts, and there's some people that are, I mean, have been doing
Die
it
Hard.
for many years. I
Yep.
mean, many years.
Hmm.
I mean, I, I don't know what I would do if I seen something like that.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
honestly, I mean, the first time I caught an apparition on a picture, I'm still in awe over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to me, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I never would have dreamed I would have ever caught anything like that.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to go Bigfoot hunting myself. So
Oh yeah,
there's a plan. Yeah, there's a plan.
There's a plan
pretty
for
soon.
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So we got Lynn saying she's having issues with her phone. Lynn, I think we all are right now.
Yeah.
Shane,
Everybody.
Randy's on. Aaron. Hey,
What's
Aaron.
up, Randy? Hey, Aaron.
Hey.
What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Hey, guys, since you guys are just on, remember I was supposed to have Brittney Bickett on, but her kid was sick, so we have to reschedule her. But we have the fabulous Pam Harris here, and it's
Yes, we
always
do.
good having her on too. So
Thank you.
pleasure
Yes,
having
thank
you
you,
guys
Pam.
here. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Chris
Yes, thank
also,
you,
who
everyone.
has a show on Wednesday nights.
Chris.
Yeah. So we got lots of folks on, and
Yeah.
probably more to come, I'm sure.
I
So
see that.
you guys,
I see that.
but yes, I can't wait to go Bigfoot hunting myself.
Yeah.
Because, if this out there, I would love to see it just once.
Right. And guy, I live in Beaufort County, and I live near the Sea Islands here. I live in a part of the country where you actually have to add dirt to build a house.
Oh
yeah.
You can't dig here, because if you dig down, you're going to hit water really quick. So we have Huntington State Park, which is on one of the Sea Islands.
Mhm.
This guy is a doctor that came here, and he is a plastic surgeon doctor for major Hollywood figures. And he has on his camera, he said that he had on his camera, you can clearly see this hairy figure, about 5'11", 6 foot,
Wow.
something like that, running across this thing, and he caught the back end of it, and you can clearly see the hair from the top all the way down like this, and it was running through. And he says, look, he said, I have no reason to make anything like this up.
Right.
He goes, what am I going to profit from this? I'm not going to, and they were trying to call him a loony bin and stuff like that, or, but I mean, you never know what's out there. It's the same thing with the UFO deals,
Right.
and
there's so many things that,
it is this
Aaron,
world.
Yeah, Aaron is saying he's felt elementals, and it's different from Bigfoot. And then Lynn is saying, hold on, let me get it right. Bigfoot is real and uses portals. Now, I kind of, that's one of my beliefs, that it could be like a dimensional type thing.
I would think it would
Yeah.
have to be.
Yeah,
And
because
that
think
would
about
be
it.
my
They're-
reason for not ever having found.
But
Yeah.
that would literally mean, guys, that the Bigfoot would have to live and maintain in a whole nother dimension outside of what we are. Now, but the thing is you think of like some of the habitats to where, man can't get to it and stuff like that, it's very possible that they could be there. And I mean, if they've been around for as long as what people have said they've been around, then they have adapted to stay away, because humans are toxic. Humans will go in there to run tests on them, to kidnap them, to kill them, to hang them up on a wall, or do things like that. So I'm sure that they have learned to evade more than anything. So, but another dimension, that's an interesting concept, because like, has anybody else
yeah, that's the way for me to accept
Go ahead.
it is through
Mm.
that.
Yeah, my brain can't accept that they can hide. I mean, there's only so much. Now,
Yeah.
Aaron says maybe they can cloak, but that would be kind of a dimensional thing, kind
Right.
of to me.
Yeah.
To me,
That's the
now. Just
same
my
thing. That's
opinion.
what
Yeah.
cloaking. That's still dimensional. That's still going. Aaron is my team director for Outer Realms Paranormal, and he's also the for Nationwide Paranormal. That's his page.
Yeah.
He's very intuitive with his thought process on paranormal. But he's also an elementalist. Aaron is someone who can literally look into a wooded area, and if there is an energy or something, like even fairy wise, he's got a picture, guys, that I promise you, I have looked at this picture 100 times, and I debunk everything first, and you can clear as day in this picture see a fairy right there in the picture. You can see the legs, you can see the wings, you can see the hand. I mean, you can clear as day see it. Now, I don't look. I'm
I
not
have
one of those ones.
too.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
and
picture like that
he's
too.
got one of those pictures. And but I mean, he's an elementalist, and what I mean is like he's somebody who can draw from like he can sense and see those kind of entities or energies that are different than what we can.
Well, here's what Lynn says, and this kind of, she says elementals and fae live on Earth with us as Bigfoot does. However, their vibration is higher than ours, so we can't see them. That's kind of cloaking to me, and that's also but a different kind of dimension type to me. Now, like I said, but yeah, I get it. Hold on, let's see what else she said too. And fae, which would be fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a fairy myself, but I would love to.
I'll get Aaron to send you that picture that he has,
That'd be
Gwen,
cool.
so you can see it for yourself. And I'm telling you, look, I've looked at it 100 times, and I know what I saw, and I know what I'm looking for. And if it could be debunked around that time, I definitely would have tried to debunk that. But I really can't. And most people that I've talked to about that, they say the same thing. That I mean, they said they're more common, and this is what I've heard, that they're more common and out there more than what we expect.
Right.
And that's intriguing to me, because like that's just intriguing, because I'm sure, if God created, all this, it's like UFOs, people tell me, they're like, that man is the ultimate creation, which we are on God. But if he created life forms on this earth, why couldn't there be life forms created on other planets too?
Right.
True.
What happened with, I've never seen the fairy until someone took a video, and it's in the video, but I didn't see it with my own eyes at the time. And it was actually a celebration of life for my baby sister on her year death. And they were taking a video of me and my husband, and we were putting, the big balloon in the air, and this fairy comes out. And then I mean, I can see how it could be a reflection from the flame of the candle.
Yeah.
But this thing moves in a way that the candle did not. And you can even see it when it goes up in the air, it follows it. And I don't know. I never seen it until I seen this video. I didn't even know it was in there, but I believe that is my baby sister.
Oh wow! What, as
awesome,
the fairy?
Because it comes up and kisses me in the face and everything.
Wow.
That's
yeah. Sweet. It is just. I mean, people can think what they want, but I think that it was her.
Well, everybody believes what they believe. I I think it's possible. Now, Chris, let me leave this kind of long. I saw you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
She says, I've never seen Bigfoot, but I have seen some types of entity, hoofs, solid black, sharp image with a hunchback. Other people have told me about an entity that roams around my location. I didn't believe until I seen it, but I think my nephew's seen it last week. Do you think the dimensions between elementals and Bigfoots, and maybe Bigfoot is like 3,000 years old?
Wow.
Like the caveman type thing. Well,
yeah, that's
Very highly possible.
there you go. That is. Randy says a law of numbers says we can't be the only life. Well, I believe that we can't be.
Yeah.
right.
Aaron's gonna send me the picture. Thank you. And we got everybody. I'm sorry, just popping in.
Yeah.
Lynn, Ashley, yeah, I think Lynn, I think I saw the pictures too. We'll have to talk about that one day too. We'll have to get you on Shane's show also. Lynn Monet, have you had her on there, Shane?
Lynn, no. I'd like to.
She's got some she's a great guest. She's got some real great stuff. All right, guys, I'm interrupting like crazy, but go ahead.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Because it's interesting to me that you guys talk about these dimensions and stuff like that, because, of course, in the paranormal, we know that there's a dimension that's passed here from life and death and stuff like that. So, when we think of that, we think of like an afterlife. But now we're talking about a dimension that is available to things that are still living. So how I wonder how that would actually work, and do they have access to go to and from that dimension here? And if that's the case, then why aren't we as humans allowed to also go and find that dimension to go to the other side? And if they can go to and fro and they can come here and they can go back to their dimension, has there been any humans out there that have seen that dimension or able to go like they are and go to the dimension where they are?
I think that it's the higher vibration that is actually the realm to it. I'm no expert. I have no idea.
Well, you said that you said the higher vibrations. I mean, isn't that the same way when you're doing like paranormal investigating too?
Yes.
The higher the vibration that you have, the better chances of you getting a response from something than a lower vibration.
Yeah,
so,
but I think for Bigfoot though, I think it's something that none of us have ever experienced. You know what I mean? That type of vibration that they have to be able to do that.
Right.
I mean, just for my own explanation, that's the only thing I can come up with.
Right. And I think that's so interesting because, this world is a mystical place, and we've got so many things that are unanswered, and so many quote unquote conspiracies or, beliefs that people have, like the Bigfoot or, the cryptid or the rake or UFOs or stuff like that. And I'm interested in all that. So if anybody, guys, anybody that's listening, if you know or have any kind of stories or anything about any of that, please contact me or Gwen, because I'd love to have you on, because I love conversations like these. And but Pam, let me ask you this. Now I know we've gotten into the Bigfoot.
You guys want to see the picture real quick?
Yeah.
Aaron sent me the picture.
Yeah.
Would you like to see it? Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. There, it should pop up. Can you see it pretty decent?
No, you see it. You see right there in the middle.
Yeah, is that what you're talking about right there in the middle?
Look at it. Look at it closely.
Oh, there's legs and everything there.
I know. I know.
Arms.
I know.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Much.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Like I said, I've seen that picture 100 times, and I've looked at it because him and I have had conversations with Shaney Page and all that. And we were like, let's see that picture again. And we got on and tried to look at it. And, and I was trying to sit there and, think of everything, is it like pareidolia maybe? Is it like a tree branch or something that is making it look like that? But it honestly, just like my wife just said, it kind of looks like Tinkerbell.
Yeah,
What
that's
I
what
was
it
trying
does.
to think of. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen, I'll send you this video if I can
Okay.
find it.
I might
But,
can get it. Sometimes it won't let me load it on here, but I'll try. I will definitely try.
Yeah, I don't see if I can find it.
Okay.
But it's I didn't even notice it till later, and I was like, "What in the world is that?" And the more I watched it, my sister-in-law watches that video every morning,
Mm.
and
What the video that you have?
yeah,
Oh wow.
just because of the connection that me and my sister had, and it's crazy.
Mm.
And I truly believe that it's her.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Now, Chris
I'll
is
look
saying,
for it.
that's fine. Send it to me whenever you can. We'll be glad to put it up. Chris is saying that photo was displayed. That totally looks like transition from a vortex. That looks like a big deal. I mean, thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm talking about with Aaron, him being an elementalist like that, because like he can go into the woods and he can notice something and he's able to take pictures of stuff like that and notice it right off, like where it would take us or something like that looking like, are you sure, be questioning, but his sense of knowing the energy and what he's looking for, and just the familiar with cryptid and elementals and stuff like that is really intriguing to me, and and he's got vast array of knowledge about that.
Yeah, I just sent you a picture and a video.
Okay,
So,
I'll pop off. Randy is saying, he's saying, thought, where and why did Disney use Tinkerbell, a fairy, in the 50s and 60s? Well, maybe somebody saw one.
That's what I'm thinking. I was going to say is I probably saw one.
Yeah, that's very possible. All right, I'm going to try. If it pops me off, I will be right back, okay? Sometimes it will when I try to grab a video.
All right.
So Shane, when is the last time you've been on an investigation?
Well, like I said, we do residentials where we help clients and stuff like that. So we do those. But as far as like a location, we went to the Fitzpatrick, Gwen and them, on the 25th of January. We're going to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to a hotel there, and it's got some really rich history. We're actually our room is booked. We're actually staying in the room where it happened. So yeah. So the guy the guy that we're actually going with, Rob Singerline, he's actually on there on the comments.
Yeah.
Now, that's who we're going with. He's a great guy, and I mean, like, when we connected together, it was like we've known each other for years. So, and I think that's very important when you go on investigations. I don't care if it's residential, or you have to be comfortable with who you're investigating with, because it can throw everything off if you're not. And I really feel like I'm very comfortable around him. And so what we did, him and his wife Michelle, I mean, they've been together they've had their paranormal thing for 30 something years, guys.
Wow.
So yeah, and I mean, he's very well known with it. And what happened is he contacted me and he told me about this place and said if we'd be interested in going, that he needed one more set of couples, and he thought about my wife and I. So we went and we got the entire fourth floor. So, when we go there that night, we're going to open up all the rooms. All of us are going to be able to get together. The couples that are together, we're going to investigate in every single room. We're going to go try to see the basement, try to see the other areas if they have, and we should get some pretty good evidence that night. So.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting.
Shane,
So
when
when's
are
the
you
last time
going?
you-
I missed it for a minute. When are you going?
The 25th of January.
26.
Oh, okay. Okay.
25th, babe.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the 25th.
With Pam's in there, too.
Cool. I'm trying to
Um,
get the video. I can show you the picture, but the video is giving me a little. But let me pop the picture up there if that's okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, that right next to you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
It hasn't popped up yet. There's a delay.
Yeah, it's a delay.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
Aaron, I know you're watching right there. You see that, man? Look at that, Aaron.
Yeah, we're getting some comments. I'll go back and try to do the video in just a second. Let's see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going back. There we go. Oh, we got lots of them. Sorry, you guys. I got it behind for a minute.
Yeah. That's fine. It's fine.
All right. Here we go.
That's an interesting picture.
Aaron's saying what's close.
Yeah, that's a very awesome picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to catch up, you guys. Okay. Okay. All
So,
right.
Pam,
Well, who did you ask, Aaron?
yeah, I was asking him to look at that picture real close, and what
he said it'd
about
be
that.
interesting to see the video. I'm trying, man. It's not wanting to pop up here.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Pam. I'm gonna get that video working. It's gonna take
Yeah,
a minute.
thank you. That's awesome. Now, Pam, when you had that, I mean, so did you actually feel that next to you? Did you feel it?
It was really strange because that whole day that when we got there, even when we got out of the car, I mean, my husband even had an experience that was crazy. When we got out of the car, he thought that he seen somebody walk behind her husband on the door. He went past the door and he seen somebody behind him. So when he came out to greet us, he said, "Who's in there with you?" And he said, "There's nobody in there." He said, "Man, I just seen somebody behind you." He said, "There's nobody in here." So we started walking into the garage, and as soon as we got to the garage door entrance, it started raining on my husband, but not on anyone else.
Wow. So the whole time,
The whole day, yeah. So what I did was I ordered a bunch of these celebration balloons and invited the entire family. There was probably 50 people there or more, 50, 60 people. And so the whole day was weird. But you definitely felt her presence there.
Oh,
No matter what. But I've actually felt her presence there, but I did not know that this was happening. I didn't feel anything on my face. Honestly, I think I just didn't notice it because I was thinking about her. I just didn't pay attention to what was going on around me. I didn't even know anybody was videotaping it.
So you didn't feel any energy from it? Nothing like maybe somebody or maybe like her spirit or something was around you.
I felt her the whole time I was there, but I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even know someone videoed us.
Mm.
Wow.
So
that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Man, let me ask you, when did you first have your first paranormal experience?
Oh goodness.
or what made you actually really start believing and actually have your first experience? Like when did that happen?
I was probably 10 or 11.
That's same with me. Yeah.
And of course it had a lot to do with being younger than that also. And it's just something I can't discuss. But yeah, I was pretty young.
Mm,
And
okay.
so growing up, I just kind of pushed it away, but
So did I. Mhm.
and things would just happen, or I would know they were going to happen, or,
Mm.
and, and, not until I got past 60 did I really start paying attention, which is odd, but I guess it happens.
Yeah.
You know, um, I really went through a lot. Our daughter passed away 11 years ago, and
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
thank you. And that really triggered a lot of things, And so I think that's where I really started paying more attention.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of that too, like, I know that you're intuitive and I know you do readings and stuff like that. I mean, have you always had those feelings? Have you always been able to do that,
Always.
even as a child?
Yeah.
How did that start for you? And what was the feeling that you had when you did it? I mean, was it something that scared you? Were you?
No, it's more of a tragedy type of thing. And I think that's what happens with most people that have abilities. It starts with a tragedy. I don't know why that is, but
It's like some carryover energy or something like that, Yeah.
yeah, it's just something that doesn't leave,
Yeah.
it just doesn't leave. And so, yeah, it started at a very young age, very young age.
That's interesting. I've got like I said, I get visions and like premonitions and visions, but they're not like anything that I want. I wish I didn't get them because every time that I have one, something bad usually ends up happening. And I don't even know where that started, but I've had them for basically my whole life, but they ramped up really heavy after my grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
After- Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when there's a tragedy, that's
Yeah.
when things really,
Yeah.
Hello, Lori.
Yeah, we got Lori. We got
Hey,
Randy
Lori.
is saying, this was beautiful. Let me pull it back up. He's saying, the phrase "May the angels dance at your feet." I've actually heard that before.
Yeah.
So,
I have. Yeah. And it's that saying can be so true,
mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying they're sorry about your daughter and your
Thank
sister.
Thank you.
We just got people. It's great to see comments. You guys, if I miss one, I'm sorry. I was trying
Yeah.
the video will not come through. I don't know
Oh.
why. It won't even come through on my phone. So
It's the
maybe-
gremlins.
yeah, I always have gremlins, you guys. If you're
Yep.
on any of my shows, it's here, man.
Yep.
They're real.
I don't know if it'll let me share it on my end, will it?
No, it won't.
I don't think so.
It won't even let me share it on mine with a different
Yeah.
screen for some. I don't know. I'll try to get it, and maybe next time you come on, we can get it on right.
Okay.
Maybe I can at least get it to Shane too. We saw
Yeah.
the picture. That's great, but that's awesome. Actually, that's
Probably
very interesting.
the only thing I probably could do is play the video on my phone and show it in the camera. That's probably the only way.
Yeah.
I
Well,
could.
you could do that. I mean, would people be able to see it though? I mean, would it?
We can
Probably.
try. Yeah, we
Let
can
me.
try.
I'll try it. Let me see.
Because I'm sorry, it just won't. I don't know why it won't
That's
go through.
all right.
A
No,
lot of
it's
people
fine.
are
It's
really
fine.
having phone problems right now.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that's because it's not done sending to you.
Oh, well, that'd be why.
Okay, hold on a second. It's finishing right now. Okay,
Oh,
now
okay. Good.
now it is.
Good. There it is, actually. Maybe you had to turn your phone back. I don't know. Craziness
Yeah.
everywhere. All right, let me see if I can grab it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and talk. I'm going to see if I can
And
grab
I
this.
can totally see how somebody would think that this has something to do with the candlelight in the balloon thing, whatever they're called. I mean, I can totally see how somebody would get that, but this thing comes from way away from me,
Mm.
and you'll see it in the beginning.
Well, it candlelight. I mean, and being that close to your face, and you didn't feel anything.
Well, like I said, I felt her the whole time I was there, so I can't say that anything changed because we felt her the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, it was pretty wild.
That's
Yeah.
that's really neat.
And there's also about a year later, I had went to her house and I took her car and got it cleaned and everything. And on my way home, my phone hooks up to my radio, and I had this app on my phone, and I asked her a question, and I said, "So was it okay with you that I drove your car today?" Because she was really picky about her car. And I wished I would have been recording because her voice came through my radio.
Oh wow.
And I was so stunned. I had to stop. I was just like, what?
And you heard it clear as day.
Clear as day. It came right through my radio, and I wasn't recording.
What did she say?
And
Oh,
she said, "Well, yes, that's fine with me."
Mm.
And
Wow.
it was crazy. I mean, to hear somebody's voice that is no longer here,
Yeah.
that's pretty wild.
I have
That
the
is.
video, you guys. Want to see it?
Yeah.
Yay.
Let's see it.
I got it. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Let's hope. Cross your fingers. Here we go.
It burns.
I'll put it in the bag with my watermelon. Tomorrow afternoon. I don't want to be driving. I don't know what the hell we're doing.
30 to 45 minutes.
I'll wait till I'm home chilling. Got it on my Yep.
Gotta follow my.
They're all going the same direction, ain't they?
Yeah. Off to the trailer park.
Go get it. It ain't falling. How about you go get it? What are you, a cop?
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I have to watch it in slow motion because I have to watch where it goes. But when I turn the balloon over, it goes to the tree behind me and comes
Yeah.
back. Now,
Yeah.
That wasn't the candlelight.
There's no way that could have been the candlelight. There's no way that could have, because there was too many.
Yeah.
There was too many off direction. I mean, yeah.
and then when it's way up in the sky, It
That's
comes
what Aaron
back.
was saying. He said she went up with it.
Yeah.
You can visually see that. Yeah, spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She was
That's awesome.
absolutely there. Absolutely.
I got cold chills. Ooh, goodness.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us. That's awesome. And I know it's probably a touchy subject for you, but it's always good to, it's like my wife. I always encourage her. I said, never let the memories die. You live the memories of that person.
Right.
And that's what I encourage my wife to do, and that's what I encourage people in ministry to do, to actually live that memory, never let it die. And I think even playing this video is a good way to honor your loved one too.
Yeah. I always say that it's not just a memory. It was life.
Right.
And in order to celebrate their life, and this is part of it.
Right.
You have to learn to celebrate their life. And it took me a long time to figure that out, but
But I'm glad you shared that with us, because I mean that just gives the audience here a good not only something, because obviously people aren't going to feel it the same way that you do, but I really respect that emotion that you have behind it, because that is a loved one of yours, and the feeling that you feel. And I'm sure you can probably still, even watching that video, you could probably still feel the emotion from that. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's just my way of considering the way of celebrating the life.
That's
So,
awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, we got about 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I was going to ask her. With doing your intuitive, you said you've had that your whole life. When did you start? Did you see things in other people when you were younger, or were you always able to tell them things that they wouldn't necessarily know or recognize right then? Have you always been able to do that?
I never actually told people things like that because I figured they thought I was crazy. So when I was younger, no, I didn't, but I had those things happen. I just didn't tell people, because they're just going to tell me I'm nuts anyway. But, but that's, I mean, when you're growing up, in the 60s and 70s, that's just not something you talk about.
Not even in the 80s and 90s. No.
Right. So, not everybody would say you were crazy. So
Right. And I think it's remarkable, because we, with me being in ministry and stuff like that, of course, we have to, we look at the spirituality of things, and when I hear the word like psychic or medium or something like that, there's a lot in religion to where it puts this bad name for people with gifts like that. And honestly, those are gifts that God gives. And we look at that as discernment, and we look at that as a gift that God, and not everybody has the same gifts. And I really, really respect people that have these, because honestly, these ministries or these churches can say what they want, but I have never really met anybody that says that they're a psychic that wants to do evil things to people.
I don't like someone to put a title on me, because I'm no better than anyone else. I don't put a title on anything, or I just don't I just don't do that for myself. Now, if somebody else wants to give themselves a title, I'll follow their wishes. You know what I mean? But for me, that's just not what it is.
So you just look at this like it's just a part of your everyday life. You know, it's nothing.
But it wasn't always that way because it took me, and it's something that you never stop learning from. So it's a never ending thing. So, before it, I mean, just 5 years ago, I would be like, what the hell is that? You start hearing voices and shit and you think you're crazy. And the more you pay attention to it, you're finding out that you're not crazy. It's just you have something that somebody else doesn't have, and it doesn't mean that you're any better or nothing like that.
Right.
It's just something that is supposed to be shared, and it's not something that you really should be charging people for or anything like that, because in my mind, you were given that for a reason to share it.
Right. And and like I'm sure, there's, and then you have people to where they try to exploit other people, and they try to tell them something that they think that no one else will know, but with access to the internet and stuff like that, like if you have a name of somebody, you can put that name in and you can find, in a matter of minutes, you can find like their grandparents, what they were called, and stuff like that. So but how would you try if a skeptic like that were to come through, knowing that we have the internet and all that kind of stuff there, how would you make them feel comfortable with what you're telling them? Because
first of all, what they are believing, what they believe is what they need to be comfortable with. I'm not going to try to convince them of anything.
Oh, I gotcha.
So if that's what they believe, that's what they're comfortable in believing. That's their belief. I'm not going to shut it down or whatever, because everybody is different and we don't all believe the same things. And I'm not going to shut them down or try to convince them of anything, because they will believe in their own way or they don't. If they don't, then I'm good with it.
Yep. I have a very strong belief that perception is reality. And the way that people perceive things, they're not always going to be the same. And, people's realities are not always going to be the same, but I think with, with the internet, I think people have to, develop their own form of discernment, whether you really feel that person has connected with someone from your past or anything like that. I think there should be an emotional behind it. Like they should be able to tap into that, and
a lot of times, for me, it's not just people who have passed. It's people who are currently here that someone is dealing with and what their situation is. So it's not always someone who has passed.
That's interesting.
Because if you can feel energies, it's not just for people who are no longer here. When you meet somebody, you can feel their energy, and you kind of can tell which way you're going to go with that person, because their energy. So if I'm giving someone a reading and I know that they're going through some shit, I'm just going to tell them. I hate to give them bad news, but you know what? I have to tell them. If they're in a bad situation and they need to get the hell out, yes, I'm going to tell them.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's good.
And that's the same way, like when I get my premonitions and visions, they come on like a quick dream state, and both of my ears will start ringing, and I almost go into like a dream like trance for I don't know how long. It's seconds really, but it's so intense that if I don't tell the person that I have that over, then I will get the biggest migraine that you can possibly get. It's like I'm holding something that's life changing back from somebody. And,
Right.
and my wife can tell you it happened with her. It happened with her. It happened with my mother. Happened with my aunt. Actually, it even happened to a person in dialysis. When I was in dialysis, I had a vision one day in there, and the vision I had was like where blood is in like these tubes that go up and down like this. And that's what I was seeing. That's what I was seeing. And this is after the nurse knocked over the blood thing, and it went underneath. The blood went underneath the guy sitting next to me's chair. And as soon as it hit the floor and it went underneath the chair, I started having that vision. And I thought it was for the nurse. And I told the nurse, I said, please be careful. I don't know what this means. I said, but I have to tell you, the guy that was sitting next to me, he was deaf. He couldn't hear. The blood went underneath his chair. That night he went home and he went to sleep, and he passed away in his sleep with blood in his lungs. So what I was seeing with the blood going up and down those tubes, that was the blood in his lungs that I was able to see. But see, I see, like, I don't know how to control or stop that. I don't know.
I don't either.
It just comes on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's actually, I look at it's a message, and it might be a message for you. It may be a message for you to pass on, and it could be both, so, whether the person is past or present, whatever that is, and whether it's good or bad, it has to be relayed, or you shouldn't have got it. There's a reason why you got that message, and whether they believe you or not is up to them, and what they do with that information is up to them.
Absolutely.
So you can only tell them what you get in the message. So,
Pam, I hate to bring it up, but we got to like about 2.5 minutes. Can you tell us how to get in touch with you if somebody wants to?
Just on Facebook, you can go to Serene Divine. And you can leave a message there, or you can just go to my regular Facebook page under Pam Harris and send me a message.
And she's very responsive, guys. She is. So, I mean, you guys, please reach out to her. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. My wife even just told me, my wife was like, if she ever gets a message from my mom, please let me know. And I mean, she still talks about that, Pam. And I know we've had those with you, and you are a wonderful person, and I think a lot of you, I don't care what Sean says about you.
That's right.
I had to put that out there. I had to put that out there.
You guys, I gotta say it. Thank you, Pam, for coming on.
You.
We messaged her a couple hours ago and was like, "Hey, can you?" And she was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yes,
so I was
that's
like,
awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
We will have you back.
And this was a good show. This was a good show, because we were able to touch on topics that are all over the place. But that's what this should be about. We should be bridging gaps. We should have a form of unity where we can come together and we can talk about all these things. And I really appreciate you being here with us.
And I appreciate you having me. And I will talk to Grizzly and see about getting him connected.
Please do. And Pam, this isn't the last. I mean, I'd like to have you back. I like to have it back, and maybe I can get you on, and maybe I can get you to possibly do like some quick readings for some people that are on there.
Okay.
And I mean, I want people to experience who you are, and I know you're a wonderful person, and I think the world should know how wonderful you are too.
Thank you so much. I think you're going way overboard, but thank you a lot.
No, we're not. So, hey, we're going to tell you good night. If you want to go down, I'm going to put you down. And then, Shane, I want you to close us out, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
You
All
have
right,
a good
guys.
night. I'm gonna go down. You do it. You do your thing.
All right, gotcha. Hey guys, what a show, right? You know, some of the best things that happen on shows are unexpected, and this show was unexpected. You know, and but I can appreciate this more than anything because we were able to touch on subjects that were not only just all over the place, but they were right on. You know, and I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on and just spending time with us, taking time out of your night to even get in the comments. And Sean, yeah, I had to say that. I did have to say that. I did, and you should know that by now. But I'm just playing, bud. But I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Tune in. We're going to have some great people coming up. You know, our network has some awesome things coming up. So you guys just stay tuned, okay? And again, I appreciate you guys being here. Pam, I appreciate you coming on last minute like you were, but that was a godsend, and I can't thank you enough for doing that. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Be blessed always, and stay spooky, my friends. Peace.